So our own Rachel Campos-Duffy sitting down with Secretary of War Pete Hegseth on board a Navy ship stationed off the coast of Puerto Rico as the Trump administration looks to put narco-terrorists in Venezuela's Nicolas Maduro, their president, on notice. Joining us now, Fox & Friends Weekend co-host Rachel Campos-Duffy. Hey, Rachel.
Good morning, Brian. So this, of course, was, and thank you for having me on the show, this was the Secretary of War's very first interview as Secretary of War. So I was really honored to get that exclusive interview for Fox Noticias and also sharing it here with you at Fox & Friends. Let me just set the stage for you. I met the Secretary of War at Joint Base Andrews in Washington, D.C. Then we went from there to on his plane to Puerto Rico. And at Puerto Rico, he addressed the troops who are also going to be involved in this mission. And then we took an Osprey off to this amphibious assault vessel, the USS Iwo Jima. And as you will see, he describes it as an island of American power. I want you to see this vessel, and we'll come back on the other side, and I'll tell you more about this mission against the cartels.
Welcome to the War Department, ladies and gentlemen. You, right now, here in Puerto Rico and around the Caribbean, are on the front lines for the American people. It's pretty impressive, huh, Rachel?
It's very, very impressive.
I mean, it is American power projection.
No question.
It is no other country in the world has this or can maintain this or can do this in real time. I mean, just lined up on here is more firepower than most countries have, especially in certain parts of the world. So obviously President Trump wants to project power in order to maintain peace. And this is in some ways a giant flotilla of peace, trying to make sure we stay strong.
This is the very first interview with the Secretary of War.
True.
Why was it necessary to change the name, in your view?
Well, words matter. Titles matter. The War Department was founded by George Washington in 1789. The long history of a War Department of this country. We won World War I and World War II with a War Department. We want a warrior ethos. Ironically, not ironically, fittingly, the motto of my first platoon that I ever led was those who long for peace must prepare for war. It's because we want peace. It's because we seek peace. It's because the American people deserve peace.
So we're right here on a destroyer in the middle of the Caribbean. Your boss, President Trump, has declared war on the cartels. What is the mission? What's your mission?
Well, protect the homeland, protect the American people. Core national interest, the safety of the American people. Stop the killing, stop the poisoning of the American people. It's as simple as that. I mean, how long have drug cartels waged war on our communities, on our families, on our young people, on our streets? Violent cartels that made their way easily across the southern border under Joe Biden and his disastrous policy. So President Trump's locking the border down. He's done that, and we're going to continue to do that. And now we go on offense to make sure these cartels can't be funded, that they can't sustain what they're doing. And it doesn't mean we're fighting every cartel everywhere endlessly. That's not what we're doing. We're not trading one endless fight for another endless fight. It's the precise application of American power to send very clear signals that narco-terrorism will not be tolerated in our hemisphere. And if you want to traffic drugs that are headed for the United States, we're not doing it with kid gloves anymore.
Talk to me about your allies, the other countries that are helping you out here.
The region has welcomed it very much so. A lot publicly, many privately, saying thank you. Thank you for addressing something that's been obvious for us for far too long. And so we anticipate a growing chorus of voices to say, hey, we welcome America here. This is the Americas. And we've suffered from narco-terrorism directly. Again, that's not why we're doing it. This is America first. This is protecting American citizens. But wherever we can bring allies along, we're proud to do so.
Maduro says that the boat that blew up was artificial intelligence. Your response?
He knows it's a lie. They'll only be able to maintain that lie for so long. I watched the strike live. We knew exactly who it was, exactly what they were doing, exactly where they were going, what they were involved in. The folks who knew those folks know exactly what happened. So he's going to try to explain it away or lie to his people, as he has for a very long time.
There's this $50 million bounty. Let's call it a bounty. So if he gets turned in by one of his inner circle, or if he decides to negotiate his exit out of Venezuela, then what happens?
Well, the president has a lot of decisions. I wouldn't want to be Nicolas Maduro right now. And Maduro's got a lot of decisions to make. You're sitting on a floating island of American power, and we're prepared to use that power to interdict and destroy narco-terrorists who are sending drugs to our country. We know Nicolas Maduro has been involved in that for a very long time. He's indicted and wanted in the Southern District of New York. There's a bounty for $50 million. The U.S. government wants him. The ball is in his court.
And if you're China right now, what do you think?
Well, thank you for bringing that up. I mean, China is making a play in our hemisphere as well. Previous administration was asleep at the wheel in multiple aspects of Central and South America. And so a part of having this argue here, having these destroyers here, working out of Puerto Rico and other allies that we have here, is a recognition that America's back in the Western Hemisphere. We should not cede this hemisphere to anybody. And certainly our presence here is a reflection of that, and that includes China.
This is a very big operation. What is your message to the entire hemisphere?
The message to the hemisphere, as it has been from President Trump at the beginning, is that we're going to achieve peace through strength. We're going to put America first. In this case, the Americas first, our hemisphere, secure our homeland. But we're not going to sit back and watch the American people be threatened. We're not going to sit back and watch the American people be poisoned, watch people be trafficked, watch violent gangs exist inside our country. That's why you're seeing mass deportations. That's why you're seeing criminality being locked down. That's why our borders locked down. This is an extension of that. This is an understanding of exactly how America should project power. We've projected power for a long time in far-flung places that had a nebulous connection to our own security in the homeland. We're securing the homeland.
So, Brian, there was nothing like seeing this up close. I was literally in awe of what I saw. And it's not just the military equipment, Brian, it's the soldiers. It's how well trained they are, how fit they are, how well fed they are, which I say well fed because Maduro, of course, is threatening with his own militia, which we know is starving over there. They don't have anything that even comes a fraction of close to what we saw here on the USS Iwo Jima. This amphibious assault vessel should scare Maduro and should let him know that this is not a training mission. Donald Trump, President Trump, and Pete Hegseth, the new Secretary of War, they're not messing around.
Your follow-up question on China.
Yes.
I get the sense the President and the Secretary of War are very aware of China's influence when their first move was the Panama Canal. And then you see their presence in Bolivia and Argentina, who we evidently have good relationship with. Do you sense this is a comprehensive effort on many fronts, because they are getting some mixed messages from when Rick Grinnell went over there to try to get hostages out, right?
Yeah, listen, what I am seeing is an absolute pivot in foreign policy towards the Western Hemisphere. It doesn't mean we're ignoring the rest of the world, but it means that our main interest, it's a new Monroe Doctrine, if you will, and I'm surprised and impressed by how much this is welcomed, as he mentioned, by other countries. We have Peru, Ecuador, Paraguay, Argentina, Costa Rica, and many other countries who he said are privately supporting the effort of seeing the Chinese out of our hemisphere and the cartels also gone.
And we look forward to seeing more on this on Fox Noticias. And, of course, there'll be highlights on Fox and Friends Weekend. Want even more Fox News on YouTube? Become a Fox News Patriot today. Click Join to find out how.